Calling out Apache Camping Center. Today we have the Aliner Expedition. This is the 2024 model from Aliner. Aliner being one of the first, or is actually the first company that developed these folding trailers. Why a folding trailer? Well, if you're looking to get into having a travel trailer, one of the biggest concerns that you'll have, or one of the obstacles that you might have to overcome, is one, towing, but two, storage. Storage can come in really expensive these days, and having something that can collapse down to 68 inches tall and only 18 feet long, you can fit that in a garage. Putting that in a garage, you're not only keeping it out of the elements while you're having it stored, but you're also not paying $300, $400, even sometimes $500 a month to store the thing. So that is a massive, massive benefit, that you're cutting down on the cost right there while still opening yourselves up for the outdoors. When I talk about towability, one of the biggest things is just overcoming the idea that you're pulling something fairly large behind your car or your truck. Now, this is a little bit skinnier width-wise than a traditional travel trailer. A traditional travel trailer is about 8 feet wide. The Aliner Expedition is actually 7 feet wide. So you're cutting down on the width. That's coming into almost the exact width of your vehicle. So being able to see around it, seeing over top of it, is something that you'll have an added benefit of, instead of looking in your rearview mirror and just seeing a big block, not being able to see around that trailer that you have. Aliner has done a great job in terms of the construction and build of their trailers. If we start on the outside, one of the nice things about Aliner is they do give you 2 propane tanks on the Expedition. For a single axle trailer, that means you only have 1 axle on there with 2 tires. That is a lighter weight trailer. Having 2 propane tanks is going to last you a long time. It is 1 battery, 2 propane tanks, and a diamond plate face. This is the leading edge going down the road, so that's going to take that brunt force. It's going to handle it a lot better than just a fiberglass cap or laminated fiberglass. On the side, it is laminated fiberglass. You're not getting the brunt against it, but it does hold up against the elements. They actually use what they call Azdel siding, and that is a fiberglass vacuum bonded onto a plastic composite with a foam block interior. They use Azdel on both sides of the walls, on the interior and the exterior, so there is no wood in the walls whatsoever. The chassis on this, from tip to tail, like I said, is 18 feet total. On coming back this way, you do have storage on the outside. Up above, you're not going to have much storage because that will have to collapse, but underneath, plenty of storage under there to get a lot of your fun toys, camping chairs, everything like that. This is going to be a cassette toilet, one of the only models from Aliner that does have a toilet on board. This is going to be what the cassette looks like. It's very simple to use. You just hit that latch, pull it out. That is going to be holding all of your unmentionables, and you are able to dump that anywhere. Having something that's so versatile, you don't have to pay for the storage, you are easily towing, and you're easily taking care of it. Going to dump stations can be a hassle. Finding ones that are open, let alone that you don't have to pay for, can be a pain. So being able to dump that as a rest stop, bathroom somewhere, really, really an added benefit, makes it really versatile. The railing on the side, this has come out onto a lot of trailers. You do have the option of getting a grill on there. You have a quick propane connection, so you can connect and cook outdoors. Can you guys imagine just stepping outdoors, being in a nice sunny day like today, being able to hook up your stove right there, camp outside, look over the view? Phenomenal. On the back, you have easy access if you want food for that barbecue, or even storing the barbecue itself right in here. Nice storage on the outside. New for 2024, on the back bumper, you do have a nice bumper, spare tire mounted on the rear. You do have a traditional receiver here. Now, this receiver has been started in 2024. It will be on most all their models. This is for mainly a bike rack only. They even put a sticker there. Make sure it's for bike racks, not putting, your motorcycles on. So the stabilizer jacks are down on here. You'll see that they are a little bit different than the regular scissor jacks. These do have 2 points of connection, making it a lot more stable when they're down. Being able to have a single axle trailer with so many points of connection to the ground when you're camping, it's gonna make it feel a little bit more stable than a traditional single axle trailer that will be a bit more wobbly when you're inside with just less amount of stabilization. As we come around, you have your freshwater connection. That is your city water, your fill tank for your freshwater tank. You do have your hot water heater, electrical connection, and TV connection if you want to run a cable connection. Hot and cold shower tap on the outside. Again, more storage on the opposite side. This is the driver's side up front. There's no option for solar up top on this model, and a large portion of that is due to the fact that this has to collapse. So putting wires up into the ceiling, having that fold and pop up and fold and pop up, you're coming into an issue where you might pinch your wires. And to mitigate that, they do just have the connection on the outside. The added benefit of having the connection on the outside is the ability to park in the shade, keep it cool. On a hot day like today, it's probably about 80. Being able to park this in the shade, but still have the benefit of having a solar panel that you can just run out wherever you'd like and chase the sun around is phenomenal. I want to show you how this pops down. Let me set you down and we'll take a look. So that's time. I didn't latch it all, but that is what you get with an 18-foot. The smaller ones are always easier. The ones without dormers are always easier. But you do have the option of getting these high wind lift assists. You saw me use those to be able to pop that top seam and get it off so you can collapse it. This is what it's gonna look like all the way down 68 inches tall to here. That is going to fit in pretty much any garage. I don't know a garage that's shorter than this. But also going down the road, it's going to look a lot nicer when you're looking in your viewing mirror, looking around the corners and being able to take this out. Now we've got it closed, let's throw it back up, tie me again, see if we can do it. All right, final touch is always closing the door. Little split door. Time. So if you're at all familiar with a tent camper, a folding trailer like this, hard-sided, exponentially easier to set up, tear down, and get on your way. Now we have it popped up, and let's take a look on the inside, see what this Expedition has to offer. One thing before we jump in there, if you were wondering the weight of this, because it is listed on the outside, it makes it very easy to find on any A-liner. They do put the A-liner real weight right on the side. This one is 2,267 pounds dry, 237 pound tongue weight. That opens it up for a ton of different vehicles to be able to tow this. So moving to the inside, A-liners are fantastic for that head height. I mean, you've got almost fifth wheel head height up here. It does come with a full kitchen. This is that two-way, sorry, it is a three-way fridge. That is gas, electric, 110 and 12 volt fridge. So that will have the fins in there. That takes up a little bit of room, but at the end of the day, you do get quite a bit of room in the freezer, quite a bit of room down below and in the door. There's a freestanding table on the dinette. You can move that around, bring that outside. This does fold down into a bed as well. The dormers add a ton of room. They are optional. You can get hard-sided or soft-sided dormers, especially if you're gonna have the dinette in there. If someone's sitting on the far side, can you imagine sitting there with no dormer? You essentially wouldn't be unless you're a small child. If we turn around, again, kitchen space, a lot of prep space here. The countertops are lower because it does fold. That's where that big piano hinge is. It does fold down, so it's got to sit a little bit lower. Down below, you do have a microwave. Below that, this is what's really nice about A-liners, is that they have air or heat pumps in the Expedition. Now the heat pump is a little bit different than your regular furnace. This is going to run off propane, but it blows hot and cold air. So it's not necessarily as powerful as an AC, but it will cool down the camper significantly just off your propane versus having to be plugged into a campsite and running your AC. Now, you do have underneath this your stovetop, 2-burner stove, and you have a nice sink with a flip-up faucet, hot and cold tap. This back here is a port for the actual AC. The AC units on these larger A-liners are optional. You can always tell by looking at the rear. You'll have these different ports. Those are for the AC, the dedicated AC. Moving backwards, this is where the magic happens. A-liner, on some, not all, will have a cassette toilet. Now the cassette toilet, always nice to have when you're out and you've got to go. It's just a nice, easy, simple way to do it. Hidden away fairly well. Easy access because it is a cassette toilet. We saw that earlier, just pulling out the cassette, dumping it, making it really easy. Folding that down, you do get some more countertop space. I do like the map storage, maybe your favorite book storage. It's very shallow storage. Maybe you could put your spatulas, kitchenware, utensils in there. Just let me know what you'd use that for. Below that, even more storage. They went a little nifty, so you do have a cubby up top, and then you have these pull-out drawers underneath, making use of the storage space pretty well. Underneath in the kitchen area, nice deep storage under the sink. That is access to your low point drains and some of your plumbing as well. Now, this is a rear couch bed combo, so this does fold into a bed. It's in couch mode right now. And you can see where a little bit more of the outlets and amenities are. So you do have your control panel, 12-volt connection. You have your aux cable connection for your TV, satellite if you want. You have your CO2 sensors. You've got your 110 outlet on this side. So not a ton of outlets in terms of that area. You do have the 12-volt USBs up top and your furnace right there. Let me flip this into the bed and you'll be able to see how big that is. We're gonna move this into the bed mode. I'm crouching down now just to be able to fit into the frame, but I can actually stand up fairly tall right here. And let's get this going so you can see how hard or how easy it is to fold up and fold down this bed. So couch mode, you just take this piece here. If you actually lift this up, that's access to your AC and also access to your water heater under the far side. If I pull this out, that is the base of it, so that gives you a solid base on there. Pull the pads down, push it into place, and there you have your bed. The fit of the bed. Again, 6'5". Let's see where we're at. Oh, plenty of room. This is going to be a lot of good space to be able to relax. You got a nice reading light overhead, window out back with the nice curtains to be able to block out that light. It is fairly light right now. If I were to cover all those, it would be fairly dark, but not completely black. A-liner has created something pretty unique here. Very large. I mean, you can put a couple into that bed back there, and you'd be able to have room for the kids up front. So having that space, that room, that ability to store it, the ability to drive it a lot easier as it's collapsed. You can even talk about wind resistance on there. Going down the road, you don't have a giant kite behind your vehicle. It's all huge benefits that A-liner really capitalizes on as they've built these folding trailers. If you want to find out more information, you can download the brochure in the link below, or you can contact us at apachecamping.com.